2050 net zero strategy or target.
2050.
I think it's not about being optimistic or not. I think it will happen. But when, I really don't know. But I see again there is a change in the market where the clients, again I'll use the word clients.
In Kotook we try to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We try to translate those kind of data.
So the certificate itself is important, but it's not the target. Okay, the requirements behind getting the certificate is what's very important. Putting together criteria and requirements for buildings that will raise the bar. Okay, so we're like checking what's in the market, what's the standard or what's the norm in the market, and we want to go above that.
Hello everyone, welcome to the new episode of Kotook Talk. That we are here today to have a very special guest, Mr. Abdulatif Albitawi, CEO of Emirates Green Building Council or Emirates GBC, that actually has played a vital role in UAE's strategy for sustainability and specifically a sustainable built environment. So, Mr. Abdulatif, Dr. Abdulatif, welcome here, and so honored to have you here today with us.
Thank you very much, Mr. Javid. It's my pleasure really to be with you here today. Just quickly, for those who may not know Emirates Green Building Council, we are a non-for-profit NGO established in 2006 with the vision of promoting and advocating for sustainability in the built environment in the UAE. We are also part of the World Green Building Council. So we also engage in, let's say, global level also kind of work, so UAE and also the global level. And we're also part of a MENA network of Green Building Council. So it's global, regional, and national.
National level. Very nice. So, Doctor, please let us know about the overall view of the UAE's vision for sustainability generally, I mean.
So I think the journey started a long time ago when we talk about sustainability. Perhaps maybe there were different words, green economy, environmental friendly products, projects, etc. But I think the key or the important milestone was when the UAE announced the 2050 net zero strategy or target.
2050.
So UAE will be...
What is the main purpose of this?
So the purpose is that UAE will be net zero country by 2050. This is the target.
Can you tell us what is exactly net zero?
So every activity we do has emissions, right? When we say net zero, that means the emissions going out of our activities. There is something that will take that into. So you have like a net zero. So if you say in, out equals zero.
Very nice.
Okay. Now to do that, of course, there are many different ways to do. But the point here is that when the UAE government set this objective and target, I think that really influenced and directed everyone else. Mm-hmm. So other government entities, emirate level, but also even the private sector. And now we all have to align
with this
to help achieve, because this is not a goal that the government alone will achieve. Mm-hmm. It's the whole country, everyone, even individuals. So we all have to align really to collectively achieve this target set by the government. And there are so many other, strategies and policies related to that. But for me, this is maybe the major one or the big umbrella.
Yeah. Also, I heard about the Vision 2040 of Dubai.
Yes, you have.
The sustainability was the main part of that as well.
Yes. Again, if you start really digging into what the UAE government is doing, whether again on the federal level or the emirate level, you will find so many other initiatives, strategies, and policies. For the emirate itself, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Ras Al Khaimah, and others, some are very general and some are very specific, targeting either specific sectors or specific topics and subjects. For example, circularity, air quality, and others also aspects related to sustainability.
Very nice. But Doctor, how much is the importance of green buildings in the sustainability to make the countries more sustainable. Okay.
All right. So, firstly, we need to understand the how important buildings. Okay. So
building itself.
Yes.
Generally.
Yes. So buildings, first of all, globally, on global scale, studies found that buildings contribute to about 40% of the total emissions.
40%.
40.
One of the most major the section that's produced pollution.
Exactly. Yes. So 40% of the global emissions come from buildings or from building related activities. So construction as well. Okay. So that means it has a big contribution. And working on that to reduce this amount, that means you can do a lot to reduce, again, the total emissions.
Of course. Okay?
Now, the 40% may vary from country to country, but on average, this is, almost everywhere, including the UAE. Maybe the number is a little less, but it's close to that number. So this is number one. Now, number two, buildings are, yes, a major source, but also buildings can play a role in reducing those emissions. And here where comes, it's very important to when we say green buildings or sustainable buildings, here the importance of buildings comes in. Now, to reflect on UAE specifically, the UAE government produced or issued the NDC, or the National Determined Contribution, Revision 3, last year. And in that, so this is kind of what the country is going to do. Again, to reduce emissions.
For each country, they have a specific NDC?
Yes.
Okay.
So that NDC decides, or in the NDC, the government shares with everyone what are they planning to do, or what is their vision to reduce the emissions.
All sections.
All sections, right? Now, in the UAE NDC, they have a special section for buildings.
For building.
Because, again, it contributes a lot. And the largest or the biggest target set by the UAE government to reduce the emissions is for the building sector.
Okay.
So the building sector is required to reduce emissions in the UAE by 79% from the baseline, which is of 2019, by 2035.
The baseline, it comes from 2019.
Yeah. So they did a study.
How much is it?
They did this. I don't recall the numbers. It's in tons of CO2. Yeah. But it's available if you go and search, in this UAE, you will see the numbers. But then based on that number, they said, okay, this number must be reduced by 79% by 2035. Yes. Okay. So that puts a pressure on, if you say, the building sector. But also it encourages the building sector, right? So now we know that as a building sector, we have really an important role to play to help achieve, again, the targets set by the government of the UAE.
The requirements comes to industry.
Yeah.
All stakeholders.
Yes.
All part of this chain.
Exactly.
Yeah. From the producer or manufacturers that they produce the materials for the building.
Yes.
And the developers and contractors and for transportation as well. Yes. So everything. All of them.
Everything. So we do a life cycle assessment for any project or building. And in that life cycle assessment, you determine all these, let's say, parts or phases of the building. So from extracting the materials to manufacturing the materials, sending them to the construction site, and then building the building, and then operation and maintenance of the building, refurbishment, retrofitting of the building after, some time.
Yeah.
And then towards the end of the building life, demolition, and then how do we use, or what do we do with the demolition waste? So that's when we say, the green building or sustainability, we're talking about the whole thing.
Whole process.
And every part of that has a contribution. Some of them is, one is higher than the other, but overall they all contribute to the emissions from the built environment.
How you apply, or what is the process for applying those requirements to those stakeholders?
Okay, so
what's the process from your side, I mean?
Okay, so for us as a Green Building Council, firstly we increase awareness amongst the different stakeholders about these targets and objectives set by the government and by different, let's say, government entities.
Please tell us the specific initiatives that we have for making awareness?
Okay. So first of all, we do have a monthly technical workshop. Okay, that's for our members. Okay, and those technical workshops cover different subjects and matters related to the sustainability or to the built environment, from the design to the construction to selection of materials to energy management, efficiency, air conditioning, everything that has relation.
Who organized those workshops?
So the council organized them, but we invite our members
with
who have expertise.
with other,
who have expertise in those different topics to deliver this to the other members. So it's really by members for members.
Great.
Okay? So this is one. Two, we also have what we call knowledge sharing webinars. Okay, and those
for public, you mean?
Yes, this is for anyone. And then the topics also vary, okay? But that's also done in partnership and collaboration with our members. Okay, so together we agree on a topic that we believe is very important, and then we arrange for that, and then we open it for everyone to register and attend. And then we go deeper. Okay, we have working groups and committees from our members and other stakeholders. So we also partner with universities, we also partner with other NGOs that operate in the UAE, and of course with the government entities. Okay. So we have working committees and groups that we work on different topics and subjects as per what we see important or relevant, where we tackle a specific topic or subject. So for example, this year we're working on the embedded carbon, so that the carbon embedded in materials. And we want to do kind of like a benchmarking for embedded carbon. Another example is that we're working on energy benchmarking. So for the energy and water consumption in buildings, benchmarking. So for that, we have committees that, again, work on that. So those committees, again, as I said, from our members. So that also helps increase the level of awareness. And then we have, we also organize our annual Congress, during which, again, we open doors for our members to come and for the government to speak about those topics and subjects that are related to sustainability in the built environment, and that we see has strong link to how we can achieve the targets or how we can contribute to this. And I think the list goes on because we are, as a membership organization, we always speak and discuss with our members and listen to what they see also is very important to do. So it's like a two-way communication from the council and the members, and also a two-way communication from the council with the government. So sometimes the government will invite the council either to participate in different workshops.
Doctor, how you engage the public to this? I mean, what is your specific plan to get to raising awareness of the public in terms of sustainability or green buildings? Because the most of the people doesn't know and doesn't understand what is the sustainable building or green building and what is the benefits in terms of investment, in terms of living, in terms of anything. So what is your plan?
Okay. So firstly, we have our website, which is open to anyone. Okay, and in the website, we include and we put some relevant information, but also we have our publications. So those publications could be white papers.
What's the address of the Emirates
It's
GBC?
www.emiratesgbc.org. Okay, and there are different sections. There are sections for the publications that we produce every year. Most of them, if not all of them, are available to 21. Okay, regardless of being member or non-member. So that's an important source of information. Secondly, many of our webinars are recorded and also kept on the website, so they can
everyone can see it.
And then of course we use the social media, so mainly LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube, also to post or to share videos that helps also increase the awareness. So this is, I would say, maybe number 1 and 2. So the website and the social media. Number 3, many of our events are open to the public. It's not only for members. Okay, and then when we announce it, we announce it through the posts. We have more than maybe 3,000 subscribers to our monthly newsletter, so they receive again invitation. And those subscribers are not necessarily members.
You have monthly newsletter as well.
Yes. And this is what I want to say is number 4 is our monthly newsletter. This goes to around 3,000, maybe more subscribers, where we also include some information and some updates related to sustainability in the built environment. And then, of course, the different events that we organize and that we engage. It's not always that we organize events. We also speak at different events. We also speak at different venues.
Very nice. Let's go, Doctor, to the real world of sustainability, developers. How we can engage them in this process, and what is the current situation in terms of not just sustainability for branding, on marketing, on luxury boards, how we can use it, or what is our situation to bring the sustainability to real world in terms of developers or buyers or investors, all of them. But specifically right now, we talk about developers. How many developers knows that, and how many of them apply sustainability in their projects?
I'm sorry, but I don't have numbers. We haven't done any statistical analysis on how many developers do have sustainability or do apply sustainability. However, we know there are a number of developers that have really started the journey, if you say, years ago, when it comes to sustainability. Some of them, they have their own criteria and requirements for buildings. Some of them, they even went a step forward where they had their, again, long-term strategy as a corporate, not just for the building, but some of them, they put their 2050 also strategy in alignment with the UAE 2050. And some of them, they have implemented or already started implementing, those different, let's say, requirements in their projects and in their buildings. That's good, but that's not enough. Okay, we want really everyone, every developer, to really think and consider sustainability in all their project types, whether it's residential, commercial, even for more specific, let's say, applications, schools or hospitals and etc., hospitality and so on and so forth. As a council, we always engage with developers, especially our members. Okay, through those different venues that I mentioned before.
How many developers are your members now?
I think we have maybe 10 or more. Alhamdulillah, most of them are the big developers who really can have impact on the market. Okay. What we've also done since 2023, during the year of COP28 that was hosted in Dubai, with the collaboration with the climate champions here, is that we brought together a group of developers in a forum. And firstly, we did like a gap analysis and listened to them. What are the barriers that they see or they face in their journey towards sustainability?
What was the result?
There are 5 key barriers or challenges, whatever you want to call them, or obstacles, right? So number 1 was policies and regulations. They all believe that we still need more regulations or updated regulations to help or to push, if you say, sustainability agenda. Secondly was the financial part. Okay, there is a perception that being greener or sustainable means
more expensive.
Sometimes it's correct, but it's not always the case. So also to make it clear. But still, there is a financial part here. Okay. Number 3 is the let's say the materials availability. Okay. When you have a requirement, you also need to find your materials or components or systems that you need to fit. So this is, and then also there is the skills part.
Experts person.
Expertise in different areas and in different subject matters. So after we've set those found those targets, now since last year we started working with those developers on putting together criteria and requirements for buildings that will raise the bar. Okay, so we're like checking what's in the market, what's the standard or what's the norm in the market, and we want to go above that. Okay, so we're working with them on this really to raise the bar. Work is still in progress, but the very good thing is that they are very engaging, they are very active, they are sharing their knowledge, their experiences, and also we have many government entities taking
So
part
the future
of
is
that.
more bright.
Yes, and we see more companies joining or more developers joining the forum, and also we see that there is, if I would say, a shift or more interest amongst other developers to really, if you say, get on board with this journey towards sustainability.
I see in the market, Doctor, that's recently most of developers looking for a certificate for green buildings, and they introduce the projects or communities that are based on or certified by international or national green building certifications like LEED or BREEAM or WELL, and the national level for Istidama or SAFAT. How much is the impact of those kind of certification to make the buildings more green, or the making the communities greener?
Okay. So the certificate itself is important, but it's not the target. Okay. The requirements behind getting the certificate is what's very important.
Mm-hmm.
If you follow the requirements of those different, rating systems that you've mentioned, whether it's local or even international ones, then the chances that your buildings are greener or more sustainable is of course higher, because those certification systems or rating systems, they have different requirements for the buildings, and at different, if you say, rating levels or tiers. Okay, so for example, Istidam and Abu Dhabi, they have Pearl 1, 2, 3, up to 5. LEED, they will have, silver, gold, and platinum. Okay. Of course, the higher you go, the more are the requirements. And then that means the more your building is sustainable. So what we see is that developers are going after those different certifications because it recognizes what they have done. This is number one. It's also good that, you feel recognized.
Yeah,
I've done something. It's very important and good, but also to be recognized somehow. That's also, I think, helpful and encouraging. And also it gives kind of a proof to the clients, to the others that, this building is rated or is certified as per SAFAT, Istidama, and other systems.
But it needs to have more data about the developers' activities in terms of energy, water, construction, materials, air quality, green spaces, anything. Right now, we doesn't have a source for those data, or we cannot get those data clearly from developers. What is your suggestion, and how much we have in DLD, that open data that they put for the public, and anyone can download it, check it, analyze it. But how much is important to have to the public access to those kind of data, and how we can translate it to the for understanding everyone. Those, because in Kotook we try to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We try to translate those kind of data to easy understanding for everyone. Because when you say sustainable or energy efficient or some words like that, most of the people maybe doesn't understand it. It's not tangible for them in the real world. But what is your suggestion, and how you see this kind of activities to bringing those words to the real world?
So that is very important, of course, for everyone. Okay, for developers themselves, for the consultants, contractors, and for the public also. But it's very difficult and challenging to get data. Okay, we still have, if you say, this mindset that data is something only for me. This is my data, it's only for me. Why should I share it with you? We face these difficulties when we work on our benchmarking reports. Okay, not everyone is willing to share their data, and even if some share, it's difficult because you have to go through a long process of approvals, etc. but we always say, and data is very important, and we need, and everyone is asking for data, by the way, because then if I want to decide, if I'm an investor or a developer, right, and I say, okay, I want to build this building, and a consultant comes and say, yeah, but you should build it greener or more sustainable and follow whatever. My first question maybe is that, okay, why should I do that? Are others doing it?
Yeah.
Yes, no, yeah. Okay, how do you say yes, or how do you compare? You need data. It's not just enough to say yes. You say yes, and here is the data. See, exactly. You have X number of buildings, X number of developers are, and then you say, oh, okay, then I want to. Or you say, see, you have, I don't know, 20, 50, 60, 100,000 buildings that are, 20% more energy efficient. So then you need to be,
compare.
Exactly, right? But without this data, I don't know. As a council, we keep, again, encouraging and, sending messages to all, stakeholders saying, please be more open. Provide the data. We understand there is part of confidentiality. We're not asking for the, confidential data. We want the data that if shared, it will really help the industry and the sector.
The solution we are looking for in Kotook, that is to make demand for data in the market. For example, if buyer or investor ask you about those data, you have to provide it. So right now, because the market is not demanding, asking for this kind of data, so the developer doesn't try to show it or provide it publicly or for a specific companies. What's your idea?
You raised a very important and very good point here, right? So let me think as an individual looking for a flat or for a property. Usually I will think of, or I need to know location,
exactly,
area,
views,
if you say features or
ROI,
facilities, etc. Right, and then of course the price, whether it's for buying or for renting. And that's why then, yes, the developers or the sellers will put this information public. Okay.
In marketing material you can find.
Exactly. I'll go and check. Oh yeah, this flat is in this building, which is in Sheikh Zayed Road, etc. Now your point, which is really interesting and important, is that now if me as a person looking for this property, I say, okay, what is the efficiency or what's the energy efficiency in this flat or in this unit? Because that's important for me before I make a decision. Otherwise, I may not make a decision, or I will look for something else.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Or what about the indoor environment quality? Okay, what are you using? The list goes on, right?
Exactly.
So if I think clients or customers or tenants started asking for this data, then as you said, developers or landlords or owners of those properties will have to put the data, or will have to provide the data.
Yeah.
And then it becomes.
So you are optimistic about this or not?
I think it's not about being optimistic or not. I think it will happen. But when, I really don't know. But I see again there is a change in the market where the clients, again I'll use the word clients, are becoming now more critical about those topics. It's not just about the area, the location, and the price. It's this plus, again, what's the energy performance of the building? What's the water performance of the building? Indoor environment quality, and other related aspects for that. And there are, from our interactions with different, let's say, stakeholders, there are many even companies who wants to invest here or open offices, branches, showrooms. They are now very critical about this. They said, we'll not go and rent, let's say, an office space unless this building is certified or something like this, right? So I think as the number of those increase, then again, developers will have to provide this data.
Okay. For the last word, for conclusion, what is your recommendation for developers? Exactly.
Number one is collaborate and speak together. I know there is competition between developers. Okay, but also speaking together creates platform for learning, and knowledge sharing. Number two is don't wait for the laws and regulations. Okay. There are some developers who are pioneers. They didn't wait for laws and regulations. They decided that we will start from today or even from yesterday, right? So don't wait for laws and regulations. If you don't do something now, there is a risk that your properties will not compete. In fact, it may be stranded as an asset. And historically, there are companies, not necessarily in the property field, but in other fields, who were very successful, but they didn't really develop, and they went out of the market. Right? So that's another thing. Thirdly, is that please don't keep the perception of if I want to have a greener building, it's more expensive. It is sometimes, yes, but it's not always. There are many ways, and that's real cases. It's not just theory, but real cases that the building was greener. In fact, the capital cost was less.
Really?
Yes, but you need to know how to do that. I think maybe if I want to say this here, some people or many people, maybe they still see that sustainability or green or environment by adding systems. I have to have an automatic control system of lighting, or which means higher cost. But there are solutions that are very simple, by the way. If you design your building properly and correctly, sometimes you can save in the amount of materials needed. This by itself is a sustainable measure. Instead of using 50 tons of this material, you're using 45 tons. These 5 tons, you've become more sustainable.
You mean they have to start from the design?
Exactly. Yeah. Don't just think that, now I want to put this HVAC system, which is very expensive. No, start from the design. Exactly.
Thank you very much.
It's pleasure.
It was, we enjoyed a lot from speaking with you, and the very interesting information you provided today. So thank you very much, and waiting for new episode and a new guest. Thank you.